Hello everyone, this is Tormuse, and today I'm going to be picking up a game called In Other Waters, which I'm not familiar with at all. I actually I added it to my wish list like forever ago, and thanks to Melons. And it's been so long, I don't even remember why I added it or what it's about. But someone recently, my brother actually gifted it to me. He said, "Hey, this is a game that can be played with one hand," which is good for me since I still have this thing in a cast. So yeah, I'll give it a shot. I was hoping to bring up settings and I don't know, look up key bindings or whatever just to confirm that this is this isn't like, I don't know, some kind of first person view thing that require two hands, but I don't know, it just has this click or press A to start, so, and then it just goes to this new game, continue, etc. There's no settings option, so I don't know. I'm just gonna hit start and hope for the best, I suppose. If it doesn't work, like for whatever reason it turns out I can't play this with one hand, then Plan B is just load up Darkest Dungeon because that's what I'm at least familiar with. So there might be an abrupt genre shift if depending how this goes. Anyway, here we go. Start game. Empty slot. Bagel exoplanet extraction transitioning. Please wait. Okay, so that says exoplanet tells me this is some kind of science fiction game. We're on another planet, or some small planetary thing. Fellow Traveler presents. Yeah, Fellow Traveler is the name of the developer, I think. A jump over the age game. Yeah, that was distributor, I suppose. The other way around. I don't know. Created, designed, and written by Gareth D. Martin. Okay, I'll just ow. I was gonna try to put my hands behind my head, but I realized I can't really get my cast back there. At least not comfortably. Yeah, I can't. This cast restricts the motion of my wrist in all directions. I can't flex or extend it or rotate it. So a lot of motions that one might take for granted I just can't do. You don't error detected? Okay. Rebuilding what? Memory. Okay. Okay, so I guess we're a machine? Hope my webcam's in a good place. Log recovered, recovering last known log. Log recovered date 2189. User and sensor disabled. And there isn't any time left, and this is going to be more restrictive than you are used to, but you are resourceful, I know you. And I'm sorry, Oki, but I can't I can't let them find you. I can't lose everything we achieved here. Here? Something is something. Okay, I'm not sure what that last line is. Lots of glitch text. User disconnected. Continue with boot ? Click or A. Okay. Let's click, I guess. Booting. Pilot. Hello? Is someone there? This is Dr. Ellery Vass. I urgently need all systems of the suit activating. I've been locked out, and I'm 20 meters below the surface here. Okay, so underwater, or... Again, this is Dr. Ellery Vass. Can any operator or personas on this suit please respond? There's a universal no sign or a circle? I can click this, I guess. Alright, good. Operator activate all systems. Pilot authorization granted. I don't know, the little circle was slowly completing there. I don't know if it was waiting for me or what. Utility, power, oxygen, scan, plus topography, heading, depth. I'm gonna click oxygen because that, gotta fill out the base of the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I mean, I think oxygen is a very basic need. Oxygen panel is up and rebreather functioning. I am off reserve oxygen now. What if I'm simply just let that circle fill? Okay, it just moves on. Okay. Alright, how about power? The power panel is activating. Plenty of juice. Okay. Utility? Let's go through all these, I guess. Okay, utilities available. Let's see. Sampling. Sample storage, terminal, and retrieval seem to be installed. Can I do anything with these? Okay, it seems that clicking on things doesn't have any effect. Depth? Okay, good. The dive panel is active. Current reading of 20 meters. Scan topography? Scan topography readouts coming through. Looking good. Alright, and heading. Where? So you're here. Welcome to stream. How's it going? What game is this? It's called In Other Waters. I'm not familiar with it at all, but someone said it could be played with one hand, so I'm trusting. As my brother actually gifted this game to me recently, and I'm trusting him that he didn't lead me astray. That I can. It does seem to be like just mouse control so far. So yeah, so it's all right. Yeah, don't really know what's going on, except apparently I'm on another planet and we're underwater. I'm immediately getting Subnautica vibes. Something's gone wrong. It says something about rebooting memory, and then there's a whole bunch of code and glitch decks appear on the screen, so we might be a machine or something. Is there a history option here? None of these buttons seem to work. Sorry, is this ad break in progress? Shoot, it didn't. I mean, I knew the ad break was coming, but Twitch sometimes just likes to not give the warning properly. It's strange. Anyway, oh great, it's not showing the ad display at all. What are you doing, Twitch? What are you doing, Twitch? Stream manager's acting up. It's not displaying the ad countdown. Oh well, I'll just have to take my best guess when the ads are finished, I guess. Can I? Ooh, okay. So I can click and drag this, I guess? I don't know what that means. Is this my position? And Go Crazy here, welcome to the stream, how's it going? Hey, Terminator's new game, who dis? Yeah. It's called In Other Waters. I'm not familiar with the game at all. Someone said it could be played with one hand, and you know, until such a time that I'm out of this cast, this seems like a good thing to do. Synopsis for it? I have no idea. I just started up and it threw me right into this. I'm on another planet, and judging by the sound effects, I'm underwater. The sound effects and the title of the game, I'm presuming water plays a big part in it. But like I said, I'm getting Subnautica vibes of this. I'm like stranded on an alien world and underwater. Okay, click on heading. I'm seeing the heading panel coming online. Excellent. Okay, so I can like rotate this thing. You don't seem to know what you're doing. You're not an operator, are you? I mean, I'm gonna say, I'm assuming this means no? And what are you? Why are you installed in the suit? Help me out here. I knew there was something strange about this suit when I got inside. It looks decades old. Look, we don't have time for this, so whatever program or system you are, I need you to work with me. You seem to respond to voice commands, so that's a start. We need to head north. I'll explain once we get going, but right now I'm locked out of half the systems of the suit. Someone somehow has rewritten the permissions to only respond to internal messaging, and that means you. So I'm going to need you to take control, so let's get moving. Take me north, into the reef. Please? Wait, is it waiting for me to... Okay, so, I mean, I can point this thing north. Am I supposed to click and drag this or what? Um, okay, so a couple of the buttons have lit up. Do I just click this? There's a triangle there. Southern Gully feature observation. Steep rock walls rise up towards the surface on either side. Floors layered with pale sand. EV. Marked. Okay. So what does this button do? That's okay. That just zooms in and out. We also got buttons over here. I'm going into this blind. I'm just clicking things and seeing what happens. Let's just throw stuff at a wall and see what sticks. What does this button do? Biosample scan. Okay, so it looks like a test tube. So yeah, sure, biosample scan. Beep boop beep boop. Yeah. And this one? What does this do? Category B biohazard. Okay. So we're collecting biosamples, I guess. What does this do? Connected power oxygen map data. Okay, and what about this one? Unknown RE request retrieval. Link. Okay, so I guess this is like some kind of comm system or something, maybe. Power oxygen. Is this some kind of, like, I don't know, remote sub grabber thingy or something? Anyway, what does this one do? Southern Gully vector clear, and then what happens if I click this? So we're going towards that. All right. Good. Whatever you're doing, it's working. Let's keep heading north. Okay. All right. It gave me another thing to click on. Narrow pass feature observations. A boulder fills the passage, blocking out the warm light of Gliese 667. Something 67. CC's 3 stars. Boulder fills the passage, blocking out the warm light. So Gliese 667 is that the name of? Okay, the warm light of Gliese 667. Does that suggest that this is the name of a star? Or are we in some sort of scouting mission to some distant star system where we like we don't even know where what am I trying to say here? It's like the star is only assigned a number. Like it's an unknown world basically. Anyway, let's just click this and see what happens. Okay, and then I guess we're just supposed to keep clicking these things. Gully opening feature. Here the passage opens out back into the dappled light of the reef's shallows. Yeah, that reminds me of something. Oops. Let me just do something really quick. Oh, that's weird. Steam's disconnected. Well, never mind. Okay, well, I mean, I guess we can just keep repeating this process of clicking the triangle and then clicking the little recycling symbol. Gully opening, vector clear. Like, so far this is a bit repetitive, but that's the beginning of the game. They want to, teach us how things work. So I'm guessing none of these are active yet. This just zooms in, right? Okay. Okay. And if I select that, okay, there's another triangle over here. Let's click that. Soft current feature. The softly flowing water is filled with glittering particles of organic matter, signs of rich and thriving life all around. Okay. Is this somewhere we can, like, get some samples or something? Look, in the water. Are those spores? And those stalks to the west, they look like huge fungi. This is unbelievable. Actual alien life. How could Mine have kept this place a secret? I saw her notes at the base when I landed and some telltale signs on approach, but here it is. The first extraterrestrial life humanity has ever discovered. There you go. I can't believe it. So, getting some world building happening here. Who's Mine? Someone who previously explored? Someone who concealed the fact that there was life on this world? How did this person get here? I've already forgotten their name. Was it Ellen or something? But yeah, can we like collect a sample or something? None of these buttons lit up, so I guess not. No biohazard thingies. Nothing. Nothing. None of these do anything. Okay. Okay, so now we've got multiple options of where to go. So they're triangle guys. We can just click on them one by one. Bed of stalks. Creature. Fungal creature made up of a series of stalks and plates attached to the... Oh, hold on. These stalks are beautiful. I wonder how they feed, how they grow, how they communicate. This place, this planet, needs to be studied. Keep scanning creatures and I'll keep notes. Once you've gathered enough data, I can name and log each species. No matter what happens here, this is vital work. Yeah, okay. Sorry, what was I saying? Series of stalks and plates attached to the rock. Color ranges from dark amber to acid yellow. And what else we got over here? Southern Nursery. Feature observations. Protected by the ridges from the strong northern currents, this could be a safe haven for younger, softer species. And this one? Strange stalks. Beds of these creatures coat the pale rocks. Are these plants or animals? They are unlike any earth coral or sponge. And this one says, bed of stalks. This creature's external membrane appears to be made of layers of chitin, like earth arthropods or fungi. Okay. Well, this is the one that made our protag light up, and this is data gathered, and then there's a partial circle here. Let's go to the bed of stalks, I guess. Or wait, maybe it won't let me. It doesn't have the little recycle symbol here. Maybe because I don't have a direct line because this little loopy thing is in the way. I probably have to. Okay, so this is just acts as a waypoint here. I guess I have to go here first. What were those creatures? They were hidden among the stalks. Quickly, try to get a scan. Scan? Not biohazard. Scan? Scan? Is one of these things a scan? Like little yellow arrows, like I'm probably figuring out. Okay, they're like it color codes it. Like the ones that are lit up in yellow are the things that are clickable and do things. You got these yellow triangles here, but they don't seem to do anything. Okay, well how do I scan then? Okay, I was about to say I can no longer rotate this thing, but maybe who knows. I get the feeling that this rotating thing is just for figuring out vectors, figuring out where I have a straight path to somewhere. Anyway, I guess you want to... Can I click on the mobile thingy? Yeah. Agile creature, striped with luminous colors. These flexible, flapping creatures move rapidly through the water with little effort. These are such lively creatures, and so colorful too. I'll start logging my observations. Now do these things light up? No? Nothing? Alright. Okay, and what is this? Is another bed of stalks? Yeah. I'm seeing a complex pattern of contracting and expanding slits in the stalk's membrane, mouths, or sensing organs. Stalk patch. Among these spore-clogged stalks are piles of small stones. Could a creature have gathered them here, or just the currents? And is this one over here? These colonies are producing a shifting hum. Perhaps it is a form of communication between individuals. Can I click this? Doing this left-handed, I don't. I'm trying to click it. There we go. Agile creature. These creatures appear to maneuver with a series of siphon jets concealed beneath their folded mantles. They are incredibly fast. All right. Well, let's go to the bed of stocks, I guess. Or no, it won't let me. Okay, it said it wanted to get a scan, but it's not clear to me how I get a scan. It says data gathered, and then there's a little partial circle here. None of my other buttons lit up. Okay, so I can travel here. But I can't. Yeah, like the little cycle symbol doesn't appear. It doesn't light up when I click on the beds of stocks. I thought I was going to go into the bed of stocks and like collect samples or something, but I guess not. I noticed there are buttons for increasing or decreasing depth. I guess that's not relevant yet. I need to. Yeah, I need to figure out what this thing wants me to do. It wants me to gather data. Yeah, instructions unclear. Okay, well let's just move on to the strange stocks here, I guess. Maybe things will get clearer there. More fungal thingies. I'm seeing spores entering and exiting the slits on the surfaces of the stalk. Something is being exchanged. Stalk batch sample candidate. Okay. Stalks here are furred with spores which appear to have drifted down from the northern part of the reef. Okay, so this one says sample candidate, whereas like the other ones, this is just, yeah, this is object, feature. Okay, let's go to the one that says sample candidate. Maybe I can collect a sample there. These stalks are covered in spores of all sizes. Perhaps we can sample one of the larger ones. I'm in position. You'll have to take the sample. Opening up the sample utility. Okay. So this is lit up now. So I can rotate this, I guess? Fungal 5%, seed 0%. So I can click that. Oh, I have to click this? Okay. We have a thing. Stalk spore. A stalk spore containing a complex cocktail of minerals and compounds. Oops, there's another message there. Ah, shoot. This suit should also allow you to deploy any sample back into the ocean. How about you test it out? Hold and drag it over to the central compass. What, you want me to release again? We just got it. Okay. Great, that's working as it should. Look, those creatures are coming for the spores. Why these ones in particular, I wonder? Perhaps different spores carry different compounds, each with a specific purpose or message? What do you think? Could the spores be a way of communicating between different colonies? It wants me to answer yes or no. Sure, why not? Anything's possible, I don't know. Isn't that strange? Fungi on Earth form networks of exchange. Maybe these stalks do the same. Anyway, sorry, I'm not sure why I... Let's keep moving. Suddenly getting Alpha Centauri vibes. The game Alpha Centauri... Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri, that is... like, you know, it's the civilization in the game that takes place in space. And there's this weird fungus all over the place, which they eventually figure out is a way that the life forms communicate with each other. Anyway, can I collect more? Okay. Stocks containing a complex cocktail of minerals and compounds. Fungal 5%, seed 0%. Okay, so this little biohazard thingy, it holds the samples. Cool. All right. What else we got here? What? Sampling available? Sorry, what? Oh, I get more samples? Shall we fill up our inventory with random bits of fungus? It's got a second one. Why the heck not? Okay, we probably shouldn't completely fill it. It's like every first game of Subnautica, everyone completely fills their inventory with acid mushrooms right off the bat. It's like a rite of passage for every new Subnautica player because like they're everywhere, and the impulse is just okay, let's just pick stuff up. And in fungi, what could go wrong? I know, right? Anyway, what do we got here? Band of stalks, creature. The colonies seem to be broken up into individual patches and then larger groups over a wide area. As much as and no copper lol. Yeah, can't make. Oh no, we can't make batteries. Yeah. Smooth boulder object. This huge rock sits among layers of lichen. Could it have been thrown here during a volcanically active period in the plant's history? Question mark. Can I click on this? My left hand is not fast enough to click on these guys. There we go. Agile creature. Flitting around the reef, these creatures chase stalk spores with great enthusiasm. Is this their primary food source? And these creatures aggressively pursue certain spores, but ignore others completely. Can they detect differences in mineral content? New species logged. Fungal creature, which communicates through sound and spores. An interlocking ecosystem seeds across the reef. I'm uploading my initial notes. Let's call these reef stalks. We can classify the species in the lab. Okay. Is there a history button? Can I, like, if I miss a message, am I able to, like, what happens if I push escape? Oh, here you go, message log. So there's resume, message log, save and quit to menu. Oh, space to scan, control scan off, W set heading / move. Okay, good to know. Message log, how far back does the message log go? Does it have everything? Ellery. Okay, I was trying to... So her name is Ellery Vass. All right. Okay. Classify species in lab. All right. Okay. So it looks like I can't visit the stocks. It says data gathered. It's a complete circle now. This is where I am right now. This is back where I came. And again, I guess it's not gonna let me go into the reef stocks. So let's just go on to the next. Let's go into the smooth boulder. I've always said I should be a little bolder. Anyway, okay. Is there a thing here? Any samples collect? No? Nothing? Nothing? Okay. Silent clearing. What is it that dictates the reef's growth patterns? Sunlight? The flow of water? Whatever it is, it must be absent here. Well, let's investigate. Because why not? I don't know. Do I have limited fuel to move around? I don't even actually know. I guess now that I look, I mean, there is a power listing here. I mean, like this little meter goes up and down, and this is like a complete circle here. Has the power, like, I noticed there's a little gap here. Has this been going down? Am I using up power? Like, do I have to? Am I gonna have to like build something to repower the suit or whatever at some point? Maybe, I don't know. What have we here? Spore flow. Spores from the main part of the reef are brought into the southern nurseries here by a steady current. Yeah, so let's just head over there. Let's watch the power level this time. Hey, can I ask you something? I mean, sure. It's a yes or no question, I guess. I've worked with AI programs before, but you aren't like them. They're predictable, programmatic, dull. Their intelligence allows them to log and process data, that's all. But you are different. I feel like you are alive. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm going to say yes. Then you are different. I'm glad I'm not just imagining it. I mean, it doesn't take much of a sophisticated AI to be able to answer yes or no. Whatever. But what are you? And what are you doing in this suit? Huh. Anything you can do over here? No samples to collect? Nothing? 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 Okay. Another triangle. Northern current. The current running into the reef slows here, but further north the water whips down the rift with incredible speed. Are we done in this area? Like wasn't there another triangle over this way? I'm not sure if there's a particular destination I have in mind or anything. Oh, sampling available. Are we going to collect another fungus? I mean, sure, why not? Now we got 3 of them. Feature. Protected by the ridges from the strong northern currents, this could be a safe haven for younger, softer species. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything over here. This is where I was before, right? Yeah, okay, so this triangle over here leads back to the start location. Okay, just checking. It's fine. I got another fungus out of the deal. Spores from the main part of the reef are brought into the southern nurseries here by steady current. Okay, northern current, incredible speed, etc., etc. Let's go. Seems to be the only way I can go, so let's check it out. And then from here, we got this guy over here, reef stalks, fungal creature which communicates through sound and spores, an interlocking ecosystem seeded across the reef. And over here we've got long rift, wide and long with sheer rock walls on either side. This deep rift channels unpredictable currents. And over here, overgrown arch. This arch is covered in hardened stalks. Perhaps the slow current passing through brought their spores to settle here. Shoot, I just realized my webcam is obscuring. It's obscuring this stuff here. It's probably not the best location for my webcam. Where should I put it instead? Did I just put it in the corner? That could work. Yeah, I should have been more attentive to that. That's probably fine. I don't think anything's appeared in the upper left corner so far. Anyway, looks like there are two different ways I can go. What happens if I click this? I just canceled it? Okay. Does this actually, okay. This is, I can drag this and it sort of indicates where I have, where the vectors are clear. So yeah, so I can go to the long rift, or I can go over here to an overgrown arch. I mean, overgrown arch implies more life, so let's go where there's more life. Alternatively, I could go here. I have a feeling this is a lot deeper. Maybe it'll give us some other features. I don't know. This one's moving. Large stalk. The static creature made up of one huge flexible stalk. Unclear if swaying is due to current or is produced by the stalk's own body. These huge stalks are incredible, each one a vertical ecosystem. They are leaking spores into the water as the fruiting bodies attached to their skin bloom. Okay. Large growths. These larger stalks sway all around this basin. They almost resemble branchless trees bending in a storm. Large stalk. Many of these stalks are leaking particles of the water as they sway. Are those spores or something else? Yeah, I'm pretty sure the power level has gone down since the start. Maybe I need to be more mindful of that. I don't know. Yeah, is there a way to recharge or something? Should we go deeper, or should we check out more life stuff here? I'm kind of tempted to see if I'm able to go deeper, although I'm gonna head over to the rift just to see if it unlocks some other options, maybe. Strong current. Flecked with spores, this water runs fast and hard. The suit can't push any further north here without better propulsion. Okay. That implies that I need to upgrade the suit. So I probably shouldn't go that way. We're draining power from the suit. I don't know what's going to happen if it runs out of power. Let's go back to the overgrown arch here. Yeah, there's a little universal no sign around that one. All right, let's head over to the large growths. Did you see that? The stalks responded to our movement. They extended as we passed through the arch. Perhaps it was the sound we made when we moved through. We should be careful not to get trapped here. The suit's power capacity is limited. Yeah, I'm noticing that. Okay. Large stalk. The chitin of the stalk's membrane is very hard, but flexibility is given by a surface of overlapping plates. Yeah, this one says data gathered is like, it's only like almost a semicircle there. Yeah, one says reef stalks, the data gathered is a complete circle, whereas the large stalk is we only have partial information about it. There isn't an immediately visible difference between them from here. I'm just trying to figure out, whatever. Feeding grounds. There's a lot of activity among the rocks ahead. Creatures are grazing on and living among the stalks, forming a complex ecosystem. Alright, let's head over there, I guess. Look, over to the southwest. That stalk is totally calcified. Looks like a good sample candidate. Southwest, you say? What do we got up here? So there's restocks here. Yeah, so these ones showed up yellow before, as soon as I arrived. It's the one that I already scanned. It says data gathered is complete. Whereas the ones that show up with white here, it's another large stock. The plates of the stock's surface passing over one another must be producing the distinctive hum that can be heard. Forest path. The growth gets heavier as we travel north into the stock forest. Something about giving it that name makes it feel safer, more familiar. Large stock. These creatures must be related to the other stocks on the reef, but seem to have a separate purpose to the lower beds. Yeah, the data gathered circles getting more and more complete as I click on them. Calcified stock, sample candidate. This huge stock is totally still. Its plates harden into a rocky shell. Can it be revived? Or is this what death looks like here? It's safe to assume that the singing of these stalks relates to the communication between colonies seen elsewhere on the reef. Alright, let's go to the sample candidate here. This stalk looks dead. Open up the sampling panel and we can extract some of the outer membrane. There's lots of dead material here, so we should be able to take multiple samples. Alright. Oops. Fungal 15%. So that one, oh, what? Stalk bark, a sample of the chitinous membrane from a stalk. Fungal 15%, tissue 0%. Alright, well. I mean, so far the gameplay is like really simplistic. Like, it's just click on the thing, drag the thing. Anything else? Nope, just the two? Okay. Yeah, so like it feels like the focus more on the story. A new species log, sing stock. I've named these sing stocks for that strange hum they produce. What is its precise function, I wonder? Yeah, large stalks which sway, producing a distinctive hum or groan, part of the network of stalks which is found across the reef. Data gathered it's all data gathered here. Okay. Overgrown pass. The space between the rocks here is thick with stalks. The elaborate patterns they trace across the reef are beautiful. So that's back where I came. This leads onward, I guess. Okay, what next? Just keep puttering along, I guess. Bear Canyon. The rocks here are clear of stalks and other growths. Is their absence a territorial marker, or just a side effect of the conditions of these waters? I don't know. Let's head over there, I guess. Oh, they're blocking our way back. Looks like. I think. No, I have the option to go back. Cavern Edge. A large cavern drops down into the reef here. Its entrance is shadowed by the surrounding rocks. Well, let's go over there. I mean, what else are we gonna do? Looks like there's another deep spot. Southern Cavern. The water is still in the yawning entrance to the cavern. There are no signs of stalks or other reef life around the entrance. Okay, so it's a cave? Going into a cave seems like a bad idea if you don't know what you're doing. But I don't seem to have any other option of where to go, so what the hey? Okay, so now I have the option to go down. That wasn't there before. You have nothing to say, Ellery? Oh, let's descend, I guess, into the cave. Nothing can go wrong with this. This is clearly not a bad idea at all. What have we here? Stalk patches. The patchy sunlight coming through the broken cavern roof is enough to allow stalks to grow here, if that is what they require. Okay, I guess there are no samples to be collected or anything. So we got the reef stalks, more reef stalks. These are all things I've seen before, I guess. Oh, I can't even click that one. What have we here? Fungal creature which communicates through sound spores and interlocking ecosystems seeded across the reef, and glittering stalk. Soft sunlight spills down onto a long thin stalk stretching towards the light. A coating of large glassy bubbles glitters on its skin. These tall stalks seem to watch over the smaller colonies. I'll start logging notes. Okay. Tall stalk. A tall bubble-coated stalk which sits among reef stalk colonies covered in wide irising pores. Let's head over here first. The text is overlapping there. Whoops. Sampling available? Sure, I'll collect the sample. Why not? Lichen? Is lichen 0%, signal 10%? What do you mean signal? What does that mean? We get signal. These gaseous bubbles are intriguing. The interior gas is at an elevated pressure. If this membrane ruptured, the sac would screech as it depressurized. Is this part of the stock communication system we've seen across the reef? Wait, I have an idea. Try deploying one by that blocked tunnel over there. I want to see how the stalks react. Just drag one over. By the blocked tunnel? Oh, by this blocked tunnel. Okay. Wait, before we do that, are there more samples I can collect? If I'm about to, just fill up my inventory with these things. Stalks mesh across the cavern here, hardened into a near solid wall of tubes and plates. It says vector blocked. Okay, well, Ellery suggested I drag one of these over. Okay, vector clear. They're attracted. These bubbles must be some kind of signal system. I'll call them shrill sacs for that squeak. We can use these to get through the heavy growth ahead. Let's get moving. I just got distracted. My phone just vibrated behind me here. Sorry, bear with me. Okay. I think I can wait till later. Anyway, cool. Can I collect any more of those? I mean, these shrill sacs are apparently needed to open up these barriers. But that's all there is to collect. Then that's all there is to collect, I suppose. Blind corner. The cavern curves away in both directions here. It's hard to see the way ahead. Just going deeper and deeper into this cave here. So I guess you were wondering where we're heading? There's a way station just north of here. Okay. On a finger of this reef. I want to find it. My shuttle touched down just hours ago at a floating research base to the south. That's where I found this suit. Huh. Okay. I'm here looking for Dr. Mine Nomura, chasing a message all the way from Earth. I must sound mad, coming out here to a planet in the tail of Scorpius just to follow a message. Wait, you do know where we are, don't you? I'm gonna say no. But how? We are in Gliese 667cc, a supposedly unremarkable world if it wasn't for all this. Supposedly unremarkable world if it wasn't for all this life. Somehow the exoplanet extraction core must have passed it by, but how did Mine know to come here? Is that why she contacted me? To verify her discovery? But then, where is she? Look, let's find that way station. Then I can start piecing together what's going on. Okay, more world building. So, yeah, like, they're just mapping and cataloging unremarkable, random star systems. So, and Mine was called Ellery over here for some reason, but didn't tell her that there's life on the planet. Which seems to imply that perhaps Mine discovered something even more remarkable than the life. Thin passage. The cavern narrows here, and small eddies of water twirl in the silt. Yeah, so because Dr. Ellery was aware. I mean, is aware that there was a way station here. Like this is planned a planned human settlement of some kind. I mean, maybe settlement is the wrong word, but some. Anyway, let's just move on. Okay, nothing here. I hope this is the way station here, or maybe this is just an area where you can return to the surface. A current can be felt drifting through the cavern entrance, bringing with it warm clouds of silt. Oh, let's get moving. Picture clear. Ascent possible, yeah. Well, let's ascend. Ascend, ascend, ascend with Gorb. Maybe not. Random Hollow Knight reference for no reason. Tall stalk. Stalks of this kind seem to produce different bubbles depending on the nearby stalks. They are the protectors of their colonies. Okay. Large clearing. I can't help but feel some unseen process is shaping the growth patterns of this reef. What invisible borders am I crossing? Another glittering stalk. This thin stalk sits among a bed of other growths, exuding bright bubbles through its pores. Okay, she said that the way station is north of here, right? I suppose I can only zoom in. I can't zoom out further. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go to the northern one, I guess. Clear. Oh, there's a sample candidate there. Ooh, we can collect the glittering stalk. Shrill sack. Okay, so another one of these. We get signal moment. Should I grab more? So I think my inventory's full now. Well, I mean, like the shrill sacks seem to be like actually usable things, so maybe I'll discard the stalk spore. Deploy inside line? Just drop it in the water there, and then... Okay, so the chitin appears to be hardened with calcium carbonate. That could be useful if we need to boost our power. This suit is able to metabolize organic compounds to produce fuel. Just drag them to the power panel. The suit displays how much oxygen or power each sample can produce. No point wasting important samples. With these, we can keep one sample so we can analyze it back at the base, and use the other for a power boost. Okay. So... Like, can I just drop it in here? Okay. Alright, that works. Okay, so no more there. I got all these shrill sacks in here. Like this guy, the stock bark gave me considerably more power than the stock spore. I guess fungal 15% indicates how much power it gives? Anyway. Cool. Let's move on, I suppose. Rock outcrop. The scattered boulders and steep rifts of the southern reef suggest a violent geological past. Well, let's head on over there. What else you got? These more of the sing stalks here and here. This is an isolated stalk. Unlike the other specimens, this large stalk sits alone, away from the lower beds. It is hard to tell if this is the beginning of a colony or its end. Well, let's check it out, I guess. Nothing of note here. What's this? More reef stalks. Stalk passage. The stalks are more sparse between these rock outcrops. This might be the easiest pass north if I can clear the way. Well, this game has already taught me how to clear ways with the sing spore thingies. Sing stalk, reef stalks. Deep forest. The stalks are so thick here, a sea of amber waving fingers that must be cleared before we can pass through. So if I try to click now, it says vector blocked, but I can grab one of the shrill sacks and drop it here, I'm guessing. And that scares them away, and then we can travel there. Well, scares them away. It communicates them to move, I guess. What have we here? Shelled creature. Mobile creature with a large translucent shell and four swimming appendages, which it uses in a rapid rowing motion. It's like a turtle or something? These creatures have such beautiful translucent shells. I'll start logging data on them as we find them. And can I catch this one? There we go. These creatures glide along among the reef stalks with great care and precision. They appear to be grazing on them. What have we here? Tall stalks. Some creatures target these tall stalks directly, perhaps because they keep them away from the other softer stalks nearby. Forest clearing. Navigating these dense growths is like finding your way in a labyrinth, moving from clearing to clearing with little sense of what's ahead. Alright, let's head on over. This, so far this game is pretty linear. It's just all about the story aspect, I guess. Tall stalk, sing stalk, reef stalks. What's this one? Glittering stalk. Sample candidate. Bubbles like huge pearls glint among the stalks. How do the tall stalks produce these strange screeching sacs? And this one says stalk patterns. The growth patterns of the stalk suggest a complex territorial network. Are we underestimating the complexity of these life forms? Let's go where the sample candidate is. We're gonna find some more of the shrill sacs here. Yep. It's looking like we're about to need it. Any more? Shall we fill up the last inventory slot? I think I'm about to need it to clear this stuff out of the way. So says my powers of pattern recognition. What have we up here? New species logged. There we go. We completed the circle of the data gathering. I'm going to call these signal stocks for the signaling role they play in the stock ecology. Tall bubble producing stocks that protect and monitor stock colonies, key part of the stock network that stretches across the reef. Sorry, what was that noise? Shelled creature. A delicate set of feeding appendages beneath the creature's shell seem to scrape the outer membrane of the stalks away. And there's a second one, but it went away. I wanted to click it so I can get more data. And we've got an... Okay, now this Twitch stream manager is informing me about the ads. There's an ad break coming up in 4 minutes 50 seconds. I'll pause the game when the ads come on, so I don't miss anything. Where'd the other turtle go? Or shelled creature. Might not be a turtle. Might not be a reptile at all. All kinds of arthropods have shells which don't, without being reptiles. Anyway. Oh, there he is. Got him. Shelled creature. Occasionally, when the creature scrapes the stalks too aggressively, they retract and let a defensive signal to nearby colonies. Alright. Cool. Alright, let's head up here. New. Okay. So lots more of these guys. Reef stock, sing stock, signal stock. Okay, we got over here glittering stock. So there's a sample candidate here. More bubble producing stocks. Are they sentries designed for early warnings or last ditch defenses of the colony's core? And then over here, hold on, come back to that. I need to click the life form, the moving life form. Another shelled creature. There seems to be some tolerance for the creature's scraping by the stalks. They only warn the creature when it cuts too deeply. Okay. So what does it say again? Clear path. East and west are stalks as far as the eye can see. They fade off into the silt like the towers of a miniature city. I'm going to go here first because it says sample candidate. What do we got? Another shrill sack? They're all over the place here. They're the one life form that's usable, so... Full. Okay. I was just going to say, what happens if I try to collect a thing and I'm already full? So can this be fed into my fuel tank? And did that even give me anything? Okay, it looks like it didn't give me any power. What, can I drop it on the oxygen tank? Did it do anything? I mean, the oxygen circle is all full, so I wasn't watching this when we dove deeper. Did I have limited oxygen when I was down there? I'm not sure. Oh well. Anyway, collect, and then if I go over here, then I can collect. That's all the shrill sacks I can collect. All right. Oh, can I grab him? There we go. Stock scraper, a large creature with a translucent shell. Oh, hold on. I'm naming these stock scrapers for obvious reasons. You can check my notes back at the base. A large creature with a translucent shell and jointed legs for swimming and feeding. Grazes on the membranes of reef stalks. Okay. I'm still going to call them turtles. I don't know. It says shelled creature, so I immediately thought of turtles. And I mean, not just because of that, because it said it had 4 legs, jointed appendages, etc. Anyway, it looks like there are 2 different ways I can go. Where's this lead? Upper forest. This isn't a forest, but it carries the atmosphere of one, being immersed in interlocking natural processes of life and death. Yeah, which way do I want to go? This is clear path. East and west are stalks as far as I can see. They fade onto this like there's a miniature city, and this is upper forest. It isn't a forest, but carries atmosphere. Um, yeah, I'm not sure exactly which way we're supposed to go. And there's an ad break imminent, so I'm gonna take a break, and actually, maybe can I just leave this on running? I'll be right back. And back again. Okay. So my oxygen power didn't go down during the time I was on break, right? They just kept gurgling and chirping away here. Anyway. Okay, so yeah, so like these guys seem to be the only ones I can use to repower the suit. The shrill sacs, it looks like, if I'm reading this right, like I noticed like the little the double icon here. I guess that's to represent O2, or maybe. I, I'm guessing that means that these guys can only be used to replenish oxygen, not power, whereas these ones can only be used to replenish power, but not oxygen. That's how I'm reading this, these visual indicators here. Um, and yeah, I wasn't watching the oxygen meter when I dove deeper under that cave. I have a feeling it might have been ticking down that whole time, but now that I'm back up at the surface, there's basically infinite oxygen. Anyway, that's how I read this anyway. So yeah, so I can go west or like northeast. Um, they indicated that the wave station is to the north. So maybe in the interest of like exploration and stuff, maybe I should let's just take a peek at what's over to the west here. See if this leads anywhere. Okay, that goes straight north, or I can go further west. Spore clusters. Sample candidate. Spores from the stalk seem to be massing here in large clumps. This might be a good place to sample them. And up here we've got twin stones. These two boulders are covered with tiny stalks, a coating of amber fur waving in the currents. Well, let's go where there's a sample candidate, I guess. What do we got? Okay, so here's some fungal. Okay, so this is a, power source. So let's just gulp. I'm keeping one of each on principle, just in case, I don't know, it becomes relevant later. I mean, probably Mine already has plenty and more, for all I know, but so we don't actually need to bring them to her. Her, him, them. What have we here? Agile creature. The relationship between these creatures and the stalks is unclear, but they camouflage themselves among the amber colonies. This is a test of the manual dexterity of my left hand. Agile creature. I've noticed smaller spotted variants of these creatures, another species, or perhaps sexual dimorphism. These might be the males. Or they might be the females. Who the heck knows? Anyway. Yeah, some more messages. Okay, cool. Let's head on back. Back over this way. Yeah, this is just a little diversion to get some more power. And interestingly, it auto-selected this. Oh, I guess because of the angle that this is pointing at. So there was a path to the east, but there's also a path to the north. I mean, this is the way station is to the north, so since we just the infusion of extra powers made me a little bolder, so more sampling available. Okay, so they're oh, okay. I see some more shrill sacks. I've got a bunch of those. I want to leave one inventory slot available just in case. You've already got tons of shell sacks. Um, so this place isn't clear, but I can probably clear it by doing this. Okay, maybe now we'll collect the shell sack. Having to click these two buttons and then this third button does feel a bit like pointless busy work. But, eh. Let's head over to the upper forest here. You can explore the other northern path later. That's it. We are through. This place is overwhelming. So many new species. This is the central reef. I saw on Mine's maps that the shelf flattens out here. So Mine even provided maps to you. Telling you where to go and stuff. Presumably indicating where the way station is. So if this leads to the way station, then what was that other path that I saw? Shoot, should I have gone there first? I want to explore. I want to see what there is to see. Oh well. Should I go back and check out the other path? Like the message. That's it. We are through. This place overwhelming. The central leaf of some of these maps. The shelf flattens out here. It doesn't specifically say this is the way to the way station, but okay, whatever. I'm gonna pick a direction and just move, I guess. Piled stones. A set of smooth stones sitting together in a pile. Could a creature have gathered these here, or is this a nest? Or is this a nest? There was no orb. That one responded to our movement there. Oh. Spore catcher, okay. Agile jet-propelled creatures with colorful mantles found hidden amongst reef stock colonies feeding on their spores. I'm going to call these spore catchers, as they are so eager to gather the stock spores. Cool, so we got completed data gathered for that guy. Shady outcrop. The water beneath this outcrop feels cool, oceanic. Soft currents scrape sand from the rock face. Okay, nothing of note here. Does this connect up with that other path that I saw? I don't know. Force Edge, the last line of thick stalks before the sandy plains of the central reef. This one says, ripples of silt bounce sunlight back up through the water, giving it a golden glow. I'm gonna head over here first. Except it's blocked. Okay, drop one of these guys in there. It's the only resource I have. So, is this that one that I observed? These two boulders are covered. Yeah, I think. Yeah, twin stones. I think this is the. When I was back down here, this is the one that I observed to the north. Okay, so these two paths unite. They seem to be arranged such that I need to use a shrill sack either way, regardless of which way I go. So let's continue north. Let's go. Everything's explored, as far as I can tell. More of these reef stocks over here. Central plain. The center of the reef is flat and sandy, with few rocks to attach to the stalks. Struggle to seed these waters. Off we go. Oh, here's the thing. There it is. See the way station ahead. Yep. It's the only square-shaped object here. Way station. A way station set up by Mine Nomura. It's seen better days, but it still functions beneath the coating of stalks. Off we go. This place is looking a little worse for wear. Let me see if I can find an access port. They never did take care of her equipment. Some things never change. Sorry. Give me a sec. I'm just trying to... Got it. Okay. We should be able to access any data stored here. Just open the terminal and take a look. Terminal available. Okay. So, the comment about Mine never looking after his stuff suggests that Ellery and Mine know each other fairly well. They work together a lot, I suppose. Anyway, so which of these is going to be it? Oh, okay. Spoofing user Dr. Mine Numero. Last access history cleared? Why did she erase the data? I mean, for all we know, Mine was the one. Okay. Was it Mine who did it, or did someone with ulterior motives come here and clear the data? Like, maybe Mine left the suit for Ellery to find, with the memory of the memory of the AI operating it wiped, so that information couldn't be communicated to her. So map data, and there's a power button and an oxygen button. Log down. Okay, I can click on power. Does that? Okay, so it restored my power. That's neat. And then this thing just recharges. So this is a place where I can just have unlimited ability to recharge my power, I guess. How about if I click oxygen? It's already full, so it didn't do anything, I guess. Okay, well, map data. What we got? Bunch of numbers. Sync complete. Data released to pilot's console. Logs have been cleared. I expected that, given the secrecy Mine seems to be operating under. But the map data mentions something Mine calls the bloom out across the northern rift. She's been going back and forth to something there, studying it. A unique species, perhaps. Mine, what were you doing here? Why were you keeping this discovery from the world? From me? I'm talking to myself again. Or to whatever you are. Sorry, I don't mean... Let's head back to the research base. I need to think. This way station's operational. We can call in the base's retrieval drone from the utility panel. Oh yeah? This drone will be able to pick us up from any area we've got map data for. Pick us up, you say? Let's head to the base. I've got a lot to figure out. Okay, so this thing's lit up here. Mapped region, connection available, request retrieval. There's a link button. Connecting. Connection complete, drone ready. And... okay, it says it can pick us up. I sort of take that to mean... Can I bring this up at any time and then just click request retrieval and it brings us back here to this way station? Is that how I'm interpreting this? Okay. There are 2 slots which are unoccupied here. There's this says terminal available here. Okay. Okay, this just zooms in. Okay, so you said reference to the bloom, whatever that is. Map data mentions something Mine calls the bloom out across the northern rift. So do I want to go further north? Or should I just explore randomly? It looks now it's looking like the game might be opening stuff up here for me. Possible paths to go. Still there still was that like up to now it's been pretty linear. Aside from that, there's that one chasm which said the currents are too strong. We need better equipment to travel here, and it wouldn't let me go there. Other than that, it's been pretty linear up till now. But now it looks like there are 3 different directions I can go. Let's head south, I guess. Smooth pebbles. Large smooth pebbles sit in the sand, and beyond I can see the suns catching the amber terraces of another stalk forest. Suns, plural? Is this a binary star system? Or trinary? What do I know? I'm tempted to just not click on these, just because once I click on them, they turn yellow to indicate that they've been clicked on, and then it's potentially easy to lose track of which ones I've visited. It'd be nice if I could zoom out more. Is there there's space scan, control scan off, W is a heading move. Maybe? Okay, so space is just the triangle, okay. Yeah, so spinning this thing around seems to serve no purpose, since I can just do this. There's, yeah, I don't know. Because if I can't zoom out and get a fuller map, it's gonna be really easy to get lost. Like, it would be nice if I could bring up a map. So, like, deliberately choosing to not click these is probably a good idea. Anyway, let's just head over there, I guess. Except, no? Oh. Because they don't have a direct line. Yeah, because there's these little land masses in the way. Okay, never mind that then. The pale sand is unmoving here, but to the north I can see the yawning chasm and strong currents of a wide rift. And once again, it's not letting me go there. This one says blooming stalk. This stalk is leaking spores from a wide slit in its side. They are carried across the soft sand by the currents coming from the east reef. And again, this one is also not letting me go there. Can I go back to this one? No? Wait, was there another instructions on clear moment? Was I supposed to click something else here? Like, there's the request retrieval button here, but I thought this is for bringing me back here, or right? Or is that just for retrieving the drone? I don't know. Spend extraction transitioning, please wait. Safe mode, restarting, resyncing with vehicle OS, downtime 4.2 hours, rebooting. Okay. Dear LED fast. Hey, are you back online? I'm gonna say yes. Very sharp work for a biologist, if I do say so myself. Looking at that strange casing of yours to the base took some work. And the OS here does not play nicely with whatever you are. But you should have access to select subsystems of the stack now. And it looks to have repurposed some of them, so not everything is functional. Comms are shot, the generator's only partially working, and one of the retrieval drones is missing. But I booted up the dive bay's mapping systems and sample storage. The lab is also online with analysis tools and an integrated taxonomy for logging creatures. Take a look, I've already logged the creatures we discovered in our last dive. For any logged creatures, I'll also put sample requests in their taxonomy entries. To fulfill these requests, just find and transfer the samples to the lab, then analyze them. I can then use that data to add to the creature study. We need to register these species. Head down to the lab level and take a look. I'll also mark sample requests in the dive map. That way we can grab key samples for our studies while we are out in the ocean. And we are going back out soon. While you were offline, I spotted a signal, a suit transponder. Oh yeah? You can see its location on the dive map. I want to find it. A suit transponder means a suit, and a suit means Mine. I'll need your help. That suit takes both of us to pilot, and it's the only one I've got. Once you're done exploring the base, load into the dive map. We can head out from there. Cool. Okay. So you'll be feeling playing Subnautica again. At some point, my hand will be better, and I'll be able to play games that require two hands again, like Subnautica. Anyway, sorry. The last message. So you're done exploring the base, load into the dive map. Okay, so don't click the dive map until I'm ready to go. Is what you're saying. So what we got here? Comm signal? Signal error, antenna damaged, automatic repair not possible, off-site assistance needed, contact Bakel. Okay. Hab. Crew terminal, user LFS, secure protocol oversight active. Go game yourself, have a good one, Trimmers. Enjoy the new game, it was nice to chill for a bit. I see it, cool. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Cookout Gray. Have a good one. I'll see if I can figure this out as I go along. Life support. Is my imagination, or did that move? Maybe it didn't. Okay. Yeah, crew terminal. User LFS secure protocol oversight active. Okay, there's Bay. Sample store, biohazard suit store connected. So can I look at? There we go. So we can put all the extras in there. So the shrill sacs, I want to keep some with me because they're the functional ones that can be used for stuff. I could probably afford to put another one in here. Oh, okay, they stack. Does this button do anything? Okay, it's just multiple pages. Okay, so it can store a lot of stuff then. Very well. Alright, and what's in the lab here? Sample analysis, biohazard laboratory activated. So can I like click and drag it over kind of thing? Lab analysis complete, signal stock, taxonomy entry updated. Let's scan them all. Lab analysis complete. Multiple taxonomy entries updated. Containing a complex collective of minerals and compounds. Stock, for example, of chitinous membrane from a stock. Okay. So, do I get like useful information from that? What's this taxonomy button here? Animalia novi, animals. Myomytia, soft bodies, or arthropelta, jointed shells. So we got the spore catcher that we alluded to here. Oh, wow, okay. Pages of information about them. Observations recorded by Dr. Allery Vass. Spore catchers are small, soft-bodied creatures which move quickly through the water by using siphon jets. Their mandibles striped with bright colors that shift as they swim. Allow the creatures to modify their movement through the water with precise flapping motions. Watching them navigate the water is hypnotic. Their rapid turns and loops, showing incredible agility, floating through the water like a bat or bird. Spore catchers use this wide range of movement to pursue the various fungal spores that are produced by the reef's stalks. The spore catchers seem to be highly selective about which spores they wish to consume, suggesting that analysis of the stalk spores might tell us more about the spore catcher's behavior and diet. Of course, since they're just little yellow circles on the map, you just have to use your imagination to picture this stuff. Behavior. Okay, there's a lot of text here. I don't know how interesting this is to read. I'll read a couple of them, just see what it says. Paper recorded by Dr. Ellery Vass, analysis of the unique chemical compounds found in stalk spores and a wider understanding of how stalks use spores to communicate suggests a more mutual relationship between spore catchers and stalks than initially assumed. If stalks are able to tailor the chemical makeup of their spores, it is possible to select spores that catchers eat are intended for their consumption and contain compounds and minerals attractive to the species. As spore catchers use their color-shifting properties to hide among stalk colonies, it seems increasingly possible that stalk colonies and spore catchers are mutualistically linked. You got symbiosis there, I guess. And catchers serve the needs of specific stalk patches. What those needs are, however, is not yet clear. Analysis of a spore catcher egg, if found, may help us gain a full picture of their physiology. Theories / egg sample analysis requested. Sketch study completion required. Okay. So we're gonna need to do more analysis, investigation, and stuff. Stalk scrapers, the turtle thing. Probably isn't actually a turtle. Okay, observations. Stalk scrapers are large, translucent shelled creatures with a distinctive swimming motion, which feed primarily on stalk colonies. Surprisingly nimble despite their size, stalk scrapers use some of their modified limbs to swim through the water and others to scrape away the chitinous membrane of the stalks. This is tolerated by the stalks to some degree, although they will also deploy shrill sacs to scare the scrapers away. Stalk scrapers seem to be one of the more socially active of the reef creatures and will call to each other when grazing or when frightened. Each specimen has a unique cloud pattern on its shell. I wonder how these are formed and what their significance is within communities. EV. Sorry, I just clicked that EV is Ellery Vass's initials. I don't know, it just hit me right now. Anyway, behavior. Analysis of stalk bark shows that it is chitin-based as suspected, containing glucose and high levels of polysaccharides. This makes it an ideal food source for the scrapers. But not only this, it makes stalk membrane a vital substance for lichen scraper shell formation. The more stalk membrane consumed, the larger and thicker a scraper shell will become, which explains the variance in scraper shell size and translucency. Going further, shells may also be markers of a stalk scraper's importance within the community. A larger shell means a more effective grazer and therefore a more preferable partner. Further analysis of scraper shells is needed to continue this line of inquiry. Yeah, this is very reminiscent of the scan analysis of the various life forms in Subnautica. There is just buttloads of flavor text and lore, just lots of stuff that's not necessary for gameplay, but like, anyway. Shall I read about the fungi? Also, Plantinovi and Bacterianovi. Well, I've gone this far. Let's read the rest of them. Okay, we got reef stalk. Reef stalks are fungal life forms which take the form of a series of stalks and plates anchored to rocky substrates. I don't know. Reading through this might be boring. I don't know. Maybe there's useful information here. What do I know? Their chitin exterior ranges in color from dark amber to acid yellow, leading them to resemble oversized lichens. This outer membrane is marked with slits which expand and contract, producing a distinctive hum. These slits or pores also allow both the release of spores by each colony and the absorption of other colony spores. I'm using this term for ease, but are these really seeds or something else? Both the hum and the spore, I mean, you just established that they're fungus, they're fungi, so, I mean, spore seems the appropriate term. What do I know? Both the hum and the spore exchange seem to be part of a complex communication network between individual stalk patches or colonies. However, like earth fungi, the visible part of these stalks may only be a small part of their overall mass. What networks might connect these colonies beneath the ground? Analysis of stalk spores has revealed a rich cocktail of compounds unique to each spore, some of which are previously unknown to human chemistry. Oh, really? This aspect of the spores and their noticeable exchange between colonies of stalks suggests that these chemical cocktails are part of an information exchange network. However, some of these spores also appear to be true spores, Used for the asexual reproduction of stock colonies. Okay, yeah. Yeah, if these floating things being sent around are being used for communication, I mean, maybe hormone is a better term than spore, really. Anyway. Used for the asexual reproduction of stock colonies, suggesting that the information-carrying spores are adapted or modified reproductive spores. Analysis also suggests that stock colonies may possess a high level of intelligence and cognition, that the messaging provided by the spores is nuanced and even subjectively unique to each colony. Patterns across multiple spores from a single colony even suggest a chemical signature possessed by each stock group. Could these be thought of as stock names? Yeah, again, I'm getting Alpha Centauri vibes off this. You know, they got the fungi talking to each other. Also a little reminiscent of Avatar. You know, that you know, the James Cameron movie with the blue cat people. Because the plant life communicates with the animals too in that movie. Anyway, Singstock. What do we got here? Singstalks are towering fungal stalks that, through swaying, produce a distinctive hum or groan. Part of the stalk ecology found on the central reef, the precise role of singstalks is particularly obscure. Their singing seems to connect with the sonic communication between stalks, as seen from the stalk's use of shrill sacs as an alarm mechanism, but what they are communicating remains unclear. Notably, singstalks are often coated in sporing fungal growths, which release spores as stalks sway through the water. These spores, released high up in the water column, cover a large area of the reef. There is something tree-like in the structure of the singstalks, so much so that they give the impression of an underwater fungal forest, strange and yet familiar. Here's a typo there, underwater. Anyway. Very well. Analysis of the stalk bark stalk bark sample has given some new insights into the singstalks. Their entire biology is compressed into the chitin plates that surround each specimen. They are completely hollow. In fact, rather than being a single large stalk, singstalks are actually many spirally entwined stalks which weave together to form a pillar-like shell. The scraping of these stalks as they move against one another produces the stalk's harmonic hum, which may not be a form of communication with other colonies as first thought, and instead a kind of internal metronome. They are to synchronize the movement of each individual stalk within the weave of stalks. But if the singstalks are the bark that surrounds them, this brings with it a new question. What do singstalks contain? Further analysis is needed. And we've got a bot in chat there. And we're just gonna ban you outright. Bye-bye, bot. Yeah, sometimes I wonder if maybe rather than banning the boss doesn't seem to do anything. They just keep coming back. So this work. Just get that centered a little bit more. Maybe I should just delete the message and just leave the bot there so that it acts as a viewer, and maybe it generates helps you generate more revenue. What do I know? Although Twitch might have a means of detecting which chatters are actual people and which ones are bots. Because that one, interestingly, it didn't say like it was a suspected suspected spam bot or whatever this time. It actually showed up properly in chat. Just different from usual. Anyway. Theories. Tissue sample analysis requested. I'm just curious. What does this one say? Yeah. This one says root sample analysis requested. Okay. And we've got signal stalk. Collus nuntius. Okay, so Collus caudus, Collus cantrix, and Collus nuntius. Okay, signal stalks are tall, thin, bubble-coated stalks which are often found beside other stalk colonies. Like other colloids, signal stalks have a chitined exterior, but unlike other species, they feature prominent irising pores that allow them to produce the large bubbles I have named shrill sacs. Yeah, these are the ones. Yeah. If Miday's been studying these creatures for a while, it's entirely possible that Ellery's studies and naming them and so on is like completely redundant. For all we know, they might have to reconcile their notes later. Oh well. Also, it's interesting that it keeps referring to chitin. I think I hear the word chitin. I think of insects and their exoskeletons. Don't normally think of it as being the exterior of fungus, but whatever. Not that I'm an expert in these things. I just have a head full of random trivia. That's how I roll. I'm just becoming conscious of my cast feeling tight. I put elastics around it to make it feel more secure, and I might take the elastics off to relieve the pressure soon. It's still at a tolerable range right now. Anyway, where was I? Irising pores that produce the large bubbles I have named shrill sacs. Through this, signal stacks act as the protectors of stock colonies. Yeah, it just occurred to me that is my webcam in a good position there? It's covering up the word animalia there. Maybe we should put it in the upper right corner. I don't know. I'm just winging it here. Anyway, where was I? Sorry, this signal stalks act as the protectors of stock colonies. Their shrill sacs breaching when predators approach, resulting in a warning screech that causes nearby stalks to retract. This makes them a target for creatures which graze on the stalks, and only some colonies are able to maintain a signal stalk protector. But how do these stalks produce their bubbles, and what dictates their growth patterns? Further analysis of their physical products and structure should help. Yeah, maybe I think I am going to take the elastics off. Shrill sac laboratory analysis shows. Trying to multitask here. Shows that they are formed from a coating of mucus sealed around a pressurized mix of oxygen and carbon dioxide. The oxygen shows that the signal stalks are able to absorb oxygen from their surroundings, perhaps through their large pores. Meanwhile, the CO2 must be the result of a fermentation process within the stalk itself. This suggests the presence of a fungal symbiote similar to yeast within the stalk, and the possible production of ethanol as a byproduct of this process, though a tissue sample will be necessary to confirm this. Through a tissue sample, were you unable to get a tissue sample from the shrill sac itself? Does that not count? I guess you need a. I guess the shrill sac is just the spore, whereas you want a sample of the actual fungus. This hasn't given me the option to collect samples from the fungi themselves, though. Just their spores. Anyway, shrill sac production, meanwhile, seems to be a precise art. The pressurization, gas mix, and size of each shrill sac can differ from stalk to stalk, meaning that warnings can be directed to particular colonies and even individual stalks if necessary. Tissue sample analysis requested. Okay, so that's everything about the taxonomy. I just read all of it. And there's a med section. Med subject none active. Base user detected. Medical assessment due. Anything? Does medical assessment due? Am I allowed to get submit Ellery for a physical here? I guess not. Okay. And there's generator. Active. Okay. Running at 34% efficiency. Tidal turbines active, core stable. Okay, so it runs on hydropower. Perfectly fitting for a water world. Wonder if there's a way to boost its efficiency. Like I guess the outer circles I guess is the overall power, and then this is whatever's generating it. Why is the power level dropped that quickly there? Oh well. Anyway, OBS. That's the streaming software or observation blister. Oh, okay. Sonar system required crew inactive. Wait, requires crew? And we're gonna be putting Mine in there, or we're gonna find other people? Okay, so can't do anything in the med bay. I've already analyzed all the samples that I've collected. If these are all analyzed, does that mean? Well, I was gonna say, should I take them as a fuel source? But I got restored to full power when I dropped by here, so I don't know. Probably find more out there. I think I want to have at least one of each stored here, just for just a matter of principle. Okay, so crew terminal, user Ellery Vast, secure protocol oversight active, and then if I click this, what do we got? Berth number 2. Okay, so there are multiple other beds. Are we gonna get a full crew at some point here? Personal log. 2216. Is that the year 2216? Wait, there was a different year listed earlier. I don't know if the message log was that far back. Like the year 21 something was mentioned at some point. It might have been something strange about the suit. When I got inside, it looks decades old. I mean, it's just that Mine's been here for a while, because like her log entry says 2216. Presumably this means the year 2216. It's at 21 something somewhere. I remember the year 21 something showing up. Like, it seems to suggest that Mine's been working on this for decades. Does she have her own team, or has she just been alone here? Like, she's the only one that Ellery has named. It seems to suggest that is Mine alone? I don't know. Anyway. Okay. Alright, personal log, 2216, Dr. Ellie Vass. Mine is gone, and she's left behind one hell of a mess. This base is falling apart, cannibalized to build way stations out in the ocean. The communications array sliced away, life support failing. Where'd she even commandeer this research base from? There's no way Bakel would have supplied it willingly. So I guess Bakel is the organization they work for? Bakel Exoplanet Extraction? Exoplanet Extraction implies... I mean, the way... Okay, world building stuff. The way Dr. Ellery... she expressed surprise that life was here in the first place, suggesting that out of all of the exoplanets that they've been exploring, they never found life before. And their purpose in investigating the planets was probably ore extraction. I'm guessing they're here to gather resources, and the fact it says there's no way Bakel would have supplied it willingly suggests that Bakel, Bakel, however you say that. I get the impression that Bakel is in charge of extracting resources from the planets, and they're not here to fund Mine's research, whatever her research involves. So yeah. Anyway, what did she call me out here for? To witness her disappearance? Or did she simply want me to encounter, as she did, the impossible life of this ocean? How could it have gone ignored for hundreds of years of exploration and conquest? So, hundreds of years. Wait, hundreds of years of exploration? But the year's 2216. I mean, here we are in 2025, less than 200 years before this. I mean, unless this is an alternate universe or something, and maybe the year system doesn't actually mean anything. But hundreds of years of exploration and conquest. Conquest. It says something about Bakel's mission. Maybe it's. Or like, are we talking about conquests and military conquest? Like, are they, is humanity fighting over these exoplanets? They're not just here to mine them? Anyway, there are too many questions to even begin. All I can do is keep an account of what happens here, so that if I can't answer these questions, someone else might. It'll be weeks, maybe months, until the next ship passes close enough to pick up my shuttle transponder. Until then, I'm alone. This place is unbelievably important. Our first contact with life beyond Earth, but something else is happening here too. I need to know what it is. EV. Oversight. All privacy protocols revoked. Oh, okay. At first I saw Birth 2, I was thinking, wait, are each of these squares, do these represent berths, as in beds for people to sleep in? But I think these are just representative. They just represent logs, but there's only one log to click on right now. Okay. Alright, we've got a mystery on our hands. Life support. Okay, so yeah, with all that done, I guess we want to click on the dive map. Here we go. Now we've got a zoomed out map. And we've got some destinations, some places it's suggesting that we go. So we got sampler quest, sing stock, tissue. Wait, am I clicked on? Is it clicked on over here? Signal priority. The base has detected a suit transponder at these coordinates. Could this be Mine? We'll have to head into the East Reef to find out. So, presumably, going over here advances the story. So obviously, I want to go there last. You want to do science. Collect samples and stuff. I'm presuming I'm here, Central Reef. Oops. Confirm dive to select location. No, I was just clicking on it. I'm just looking at stuff. Sample request, reef stocks, route. Okay, so this is where I get the route of the reef stocks. According to the map data, these caves cut back under the forest. Perhaps there are exposed roots inside. So you got to go deep. And sample request sing stock tissue here, where strong currents batter the stock forest, might be a good place to find exposed or damaged sing stocks. And what's up here? Obstruction. Mine's notes mention something called the bloom across this rift, but until we have strong propulsion, we won't be able to cross it. Okay, so that's something for a later game. Yeah, okay, you're getting a better appreciation for what the scope of the game is. Like up till now, it's been pretty linear stuff. Just click here, click here, click here. Just keep clicking on things until we till we advance the dialogue and stuff. Now we've got some options where to go. Maybe some actual gameplay. It's still interesting. I mean I've played visual novels on this channel, so it's like whatever. I don't mind playing something for the story. Sample quest. Stockscraper shell. I saw stockscrapers here when we crossed the forest. We should search this area for fragments of their shells. Yeah, because this is back the way I came, I guess. Over here, sample quest spore catcher egg. Spore catcher movements suggest they nest in the safety of the western stock forest. Let's investigate. Yeah, it says signal priority. I mean, realistically, theoretically, that should be the priority. Like, we get signal. You know, find Mine, find out what the heck's going on. Why did she call us here? But for gameplay reasons, I think I want to check out this other stuff first. Anyway, this one seems to be back the way it came. Maybe if I go back there again, will I have a new option to collect the stock scraper shell? Stock scraper being the turtle thing, right? We should search this area for fragments of their shells. Okay, so I click here, confirm dive to select location, but I'm already there. If I click X here, then okay. What happens if I click this and say confirm dive? Pixel punch extraction transitioning. Please wait. Okay, so I'm just back here again. Do I have to be in the way station to look at the overall map? Yeah. Seems a little inconvenient. Whatever. Let's just head over to the smooth pebbles, I guess. Just go. We're gonna go west. Let's check out stuff over there. Looks like Mine has had to salvage parts of the base to build what she needed to survive. She must have been here many months before I arrived. Months, not decades? Like, what time scale are we working with here? Like, how long has Mine been alone here? If she is indeed alone. Yeah, whatever. Metal debris. Well, let's check out the metal debris, I guess. Is there anything to collect? This doesn't do anything? So if I click link, connection complete, drone ready. And just to be sure, like, if I click request retrieval, this brings me back to the way station, right? Using with Bagel OS, downtime 4.2 hours, rebooting. So yeah, so this just basically just teleports me back, right? Just wanted to confirm that. So, like, this is specifically highlighted here. Just kind of wondering if there's something else I can do here. I think this is just the stuff that I already read. So, okay, ad break in 10 seconds. Okay. Ad break is imminent. I'm gonna take a break. I'll figure out what I'm doing when I get back. and back again. It is a little disconcerting when I click off the window that the music stops. Oh well. Okay, so yeah, so let's go back to our exploration. Yeah, it sure would be nice if I could just, if I could just bring up the world map from here. Oh well. Anyway, heading back over to the metal debris. Off we go. Hmm. I don't. Hmm. And let's go to the lower one first, I guess. Some ruined equipment lies in the shelter of two boulders, an early way station site, perhaps. Is there anything to be had? Anything to be collected? Alright. Yeah, so I'm gonna not click on that one so that I can keep track of which ones I visited. Open sand. Across the open sand, I can see the faint shapes of stock colonies rising up in ordered rows. What if I go in that direction? This is mapped region, connection available. Like, okay, if I click link, my only option is request retrieval, right? Connection complete, drone ready. Like, does it drain more power when I do that? Like, it says connected. I can't bring up map data. Like, if, like, you know, accessing the link allowed me to bring up map data, that would be a thing that makes sense. But it seems that I can't do that. Like, I want to zoom out. I want to see more of the planet. I want to, like, restricted to this small area. It's, I don't know. Signal stalks. Okay, let's. Patterns of stalks stretch back into the distance. Pathways and terraces of some unknown design. This must be the western stalk forest. No samples to be collected? Okay. Row of stalks. Unlike in the southern reef, the stalks here are ordered in curving rows, tightly packed and evenly spaced. And up here, this is just a few stalks. Okay. And it's blocked. And we're gonna whip out the shrill sack. Take that. Clear them out. Move along. So what we got here? Got a new thing. New bloated stalk creature. These stalks bulge out from their bases. Hold on. I've started logging data on these strange inflated stalks. They look ill. Okay. These stalks bulge out from their bases, forming rounded, pulsing growths that look discolored and stretched. Data gathered. Cool. More stuff to science out. Bloated growth. This growth is bloated and distended. The panels of chitin bulging outwards, and between the seams, something flows within. And we've got a sample candidate, so let's check it out. Something to collect, perhaps. Or not? My little handy-dandy sample collection thingy is not appearing here. What's going on? I wanted to collect a sample. I wanted to science it up. Oh well. Um, so what's this here? It's just single stock. None of the reef's tall stalks dotted with translucent bubbles. So a source of shrill sacks, in other words. Well, this one lets me collect a sample. I mean, I already have shrill sacks, but I mean, my inventory is pretty empty at the moment, so don't mind collecting a few more. Why do I have to click those things before clicking the collect sample button? It feels so unnecessary. Because I got a whole bunch of these now. No shortage of them. Okay. So let's continue going in this southerly direction. As they curve south, the stalks meet the rising wall of rock which shelters the southern reef. And that one's blocked. So we're going to drop a shell sack here. Boink. Just to clear the way, and then we can head in this direction. What else we got here? We got another one of these guys. Bullet stalk. The membranes of these stalks is thin enough to be translucent in areas, stretched to breaking point by whatever is inside. Is he about to explode or something? Well, I said I wanted to go in a southerly direction, but I'm curious to see if I can collect this, a sample of this bloated stalk stuff here. So I'm going to go over here. It says sample candidate. The last one said sample candidate too, and it still didn't let me collect it, so I don't know. The rock behind this growth looks as if it has been melted. Its layers whirl into distorted forms, revealing a metallic core. And away I go. Well, sample? No sample. Do I need other equipment to collect a sample? Maybe the game doesn't. You know, the game is so pointedly directing me to this goal of investigate Mine's signal, presumably Mine's signal, off in the east end there. So and it's like it's so far off. I'm like, the game is almost certainly going to like if I go off that direction first, almost certainly there's going to be something which diverts me from going there immediately, right? So I figure I might as well divert immediately first. I don't know. Signal stock. So presumably this is a source of more shrill sacks. And I'm also presuming seems to be growing around the bloated growths, isolating them from each other. What purpose does this serve? I'm guessing I can't actually go here because it's blocked. Should I collect some more? Let's collect some more shrill sacks. Glittering stock, sample candidate. Sat silently among the terraces, the stalk bristles with bubbles, waiting to breach at the first sign of a predator. This is probably going to be more shrill sacks. Yep. So I can't just click this button. I actually do have to click these two buttons before I can click it. It's just pointless extra clicking, which isn't that big a deal if you're a right-handed person using your right hand, but if you're if you're a right-handed person who, you know, for the sake of argument, has a broken wrist, a broken right wrist, and has to use the left hand for everything, it does make the step a little more, slightly more annoying. Anyway, let's clear these things out, and then proceed along here. I'm gonna keep complaining about this broken wrist until it's healed. You know I will. It's kind of dominated my life the last month. Blood growth sample candidate. The stalks are more loose perimeter around this growth, which bulges unsettlingly as if it is about to burst. Can I collect from that one, maybe? When alarmed, these stalks burst open, releasing their toxic contents into the local water. Could they be defending themselves? Maybe they have to, finish researching them, like finish observing them before I'm able to collect them or something like that. Maybe that was how it worked with the other ones, but I got the information with them so quickly I just took for granted. Yeah, see, still not letting me collect sample. Stalk pathway. It would be easy to become lost in the complex patterns traced by these rows of stalks. Yeah, you think? I wonder where they lead. Okay. Well, I mean, I've got this guy that can apparently teleport me back to the way station if I do get lost. So, anyway. I'm guessing I need to clear a path through here. Yep. Alright. Shrill sack, go! What's this? Oh, now I got a sampling available. Oh, hey. The microbial 30%? Ooh, oxygen is depleting. Let's not take too long to do this. Yeah, let's get out of this this cloud here. Glittering stalks. This stalk sits on top of the corroded husk of a boulder melted down to a little more than a pebble. And what's this over here? Single stalk. So there's more shrill sacks over here. Okay, let's get moving before we run out of oxygen here. Okay, so the oxygen isn't replenishing. I thought that once we got over here, the oxygen would replenish itself, but I guess not. Anyway, something available. What do we got? Oh, shrill sacks. I guess I'll collect. I mean, I've been using a lot of them, but I want to leave inventory space available. I'm curious, what's this? Spark colony, toxic microbial colony found inside bloated stalks. All right. Well, we got our sample after all. Okay. Well, let's head over here, I guess. Colony's edge. To the west stands the final pathway of stalks before the colony fades out into the sand and rock. Alright, let's give it a whirl. Just keep heading in that westerly direction. I could have collected more more shrill sacks, but yeah, I want to keep the inventory. I want to keep some inventory available. Is this the last bloated thingy that we need? Okay. The pulsing and pumping rhythm of these stalks' contractions suggests that some process is happening inside them. Yeah, data gathered is getting close to full there. The toxic cloud appeared when I dropped the shrill sack to clear the other stuff. So maybe I need to drop a shrill sack here in order to, Okay. I'm gonna try something here. I'm gonna grab another shrill sack. I said I didn't want to fill up completely. Just one more. Okay, I'm gonna fill up because I'm about to drop one. Wait, there's yet another one? Yeah. And then we head over here. stock pathway. This line of stocks marks the western edge of the colony. In this direction, a rock wall rises up beyond a sandy shelf. I'm guessing I can't go there until... Okay, so I kind of needed a shrill sack here anyway. And this is gonna rupture now? Yeah. Sampling available. Grab it before you run out of oxygen. Cool. And then head over here. And we're still having oxygen issues, so let's... Western wall. I didn't read what it said. I just wanted to get away from the the oxygen lacking spot. Oh, I can't read it now. Oh wait, maybe I need to click on this. There we go. Western wall. The western wall rises up towards the shallowest part of the shelf, just meters below the surface of this planet-spanning ocean. EV. Ooh, we got a cave here. Looks like. Dark cave. Below the steep wall, a dark crescent-shaped sinkhole cuts into the shelf. Fallen rocks from the wall are strewn across the sand. Okay. Let's check it out. Descent possible. Okay, I need to watch the oxygen this time. Does it... If I dive, does my oxygen take down? Or is it just when the toxic spores are around? Well, my inventory is completely full, which is not ideal. I mean, I can probably just drop a shrill sack randomly. World passage. The walls of the passage twist inward with thick veins of growth. We must be heading beneath the stalks. Oh, could this be where I get the root or whatever? Also, I'm curious about this. Yeah, so microbial 30%. 30% of the this symbol, which presumably means I can use it as a significant source of fuel. Oh yeah, these can restore oxygen, can't they? Ah, there you go. Okay. No worries about oxygen. All is well. Anyway. So this seems to be the only way I can go, so let's go there. And what do we got here? I'm guessing no samples to collect here. Okay, well, let's go deeper. Thick bloated roots poke through the rock wall and something pulses within them. This is a rare chance to sample the stock root network. Heck yeah. Let's get to the root of the issue here. Fungal 20%, root 20%. Gotcha. Bloat root. Bloated roots sampled from beneath a stock forest. Very cool. Okay, so I guess that's all there is to be had here. Yeah, this is the only way to go. I'm guessing I can't like just pick a random direction and just go over here, right? Like there has to actually be a selected destination. Yeah. Anyway, let's ascend. Ascend, ascend, ascend with Gorb. Anyway, okay. Moving right along. Oh, they've repopulated the thing there. I I can just teleport back home, I think. In fact, I think that's what I want to do. Yeah, let's just. I don't know if there's a limited number of times that I'm able to do this request retrieval thing. Like, there's no. If there is a limited number of times I can do this, then it's not clearly indicated. But yeah, I want to drop off these samples. I want to study them and stuff. Um, wait, hold on. Bay sample store. There we go. So we got the root thingy here, and then we got one of these things here. So now that they're there, I can go to the lab, sample analysis, put the bloat root in here. Lab analysis error, no relevant taxonomy entries found. Okay. Was I supposed to study this thing first? Spark colony? Toxic microbial colony found inside bloated stalks. Lab analysis error, no relevant taxonomy entries found. What? Well, I mean, I'm gonna keep them stored here anyway, I guess. Do I? You know, it's possible. I just need to because the little data gathered circle wasn't completely full at the time I collected the sample, so maybe I need to observe them more before this thing will let me study them. So yeah, okay. Should I just stack these here for now? I mean, they're a fuel source, you know, or potent fuel source. Might be prudent to keep one around. I haven't had an issue where I felt like I was going to run out of power. It seems I can just teleport back to this way station at will anyway. It's probably excessive carrying so many of these guys with me. Just carry 4 of them. So yeah, it won't let me scan these guys. Okay. I guess I need to go back to exploring. Don't suppose she made another log entry. No. No story beats happened, I guess. Okay. So sample request spore catcher egg. Spore catcher suggests they nest in the safety of the western stalk forest. Let's investigate. Which one said root? Sing stalk tissue, restock root. Like, this is where I was supposedly supposed to get the root. I guess I wasn't actually ready to collect the bloat thingy root. I really would like to have access to this map while I'm out there. It's dumb that I maybe can I take a screenshot? Just have the screenshot open on the other monitor, just because I'm sorry. Can I access Steam now? It was giving me trouble earlier. There you go. In other waters, can I bring up the screenshot? Sorry, bear with me. Click the thing. Show on disk. There you go. Just, I don't know, have the map open in the corner here or something. Where can I put this? I'll just minimize it for now. I'll pull it up when I need it. Although, without having like a "you are here" side on it, it's awkward. Anyway, like I find it hard to gauge how far west I was. I don't think I was far enough west to be all the way over here. And I think this is back the way I came, this one here. Presumably, now that I have the full study of the stock scraper, maybe now it'll have, there'll be an extra option there that was previously not there. Okay, anyway, let's redive. Shall I go back southwest and see if I can collect the turtle shells, the stock scraper shells? That would mean going back this way, I believe. Rippling silt. And we're gonna drop a shrill sack over here, and then we're gonna head this way. Okay, so they're flitting about here. Is this is a stock scraper? We got the data on it. So where exactly is the location that I need to go to? Like if I bring up the map here, I guess you can't see it, but I've got it on the. Maybe I can hold on. Maybe if I just shrink this down a bit and then move it there, then I can still see important data. Yeah, I still want to go further south. So this is like blocked in every direction here. How does this map onto the map? Like, I think I want to go further west. Apparently this vector's clear. Sampling available. Stock spore? Okay. I guess I can grab it. It's not really what I'm here for. But like, I'm here, it's here. How much space do we have? This really isn't what I'm here for. Spore catcher. This is the stock scraper. So where do I go to get the shell fragments? Because I can't go to, like I can only go to the where the triangles are, right? I'm unable to visit any of these, so I have to go back this way. So if I want to go further south, I need to use the need to clear this out here. Stock sample candidate. So this is the signal sacks. This is where I can get more shrill sacks. I guess I might as well pick up some shrill sacks while I'm in the neighborhood. One more? Why the heck not? There's a little triangle there. When I use the shrill sack on the bloat thing, it made the bloat root explode into the toxic cloud, and then there was a thing I was able to collect. I wonder if similarly, maybe I can drop a shrill sack on one of the It scared him away. If it dropped anything, it's not clear. Yeah. Yeah, it's worth a shot. Continue to go in a southwesterly direction. There's a triangle here which I have not visited yet, apparently. Spore clouds. The relative calm of this basin means the water is clogged with spores released by the larger stalks. Well, I mean, if I haven't been this way, then I guess it's worth taking a look. But then this triangle here is yellow, which means I have been this way. So I think it might just have been an alternate route. Got the map open over here, but it's... there's so many features visible here, I don't know how much that helps. Yeah, I don't know. I think I want to go further west in any case. Because, like, looking at the map makes it look like it's, you know, fairly west-ish. Yeah. Now, outside of this, there's a little extra circle here. Does that mean there's a sample candidate? Okay. Ah. So this is where we get the shell set fragment? No, it's more shrill sacks. How many of those do I have? Got 3. I guess I don't mind collecting another. How much space have we got? I'll grab one more. But that's it. So there's a cave over here, but that leads. That cave leads to the way back. Like it connected to the other thing. There's a large clearing here. Okay, well, let's just go to the cavern, I guess. Yeah, look at the map. It's not clear. It's not clear. Like the relative scale of what I see here related compared to the map, like the world map that we were looking at earlier. It's not clear how they. It's not clear what the scale is. I don't know how far I actually have to travel to get these shell fragments I'm supposed to be looking for. I could be going completely the wrong way. This could be a complete waste of time. This is view stocks. Clodge tunnel. Drop shrill sack there. And the double circle there tells me that there's a sample to be collected here, but I think it's just more. Yeah, it's next to the signal stock. This is just more shrill sacks. I'm gonna double check to confirm, but I'm pretty sure. Like they're pretty good about putting abundant shrill sacks in all the areas where you would expect to need them. I'm not going to bother collecting them this time. This venture here is feeling like a waste of time. I feel like I'm going the wrong way. And if I ascend here, so where am I relative to where I was before? It's not clear. It's not clear. Was I encountering the stock scrapers before I ventured into that cave? I'm trying to remember. Not sure. Whatever. I'm gonna press on, and if I really don't find anything, I can just basically like teleport back to the way station. No harm, no foul. Apparently. The first time I passed this way, I didn't have shrill sacks, right? So maybe I can. Yeah. Because the first time I passed this way, these closed behind me, and I wasn't able to. It was basically a no going back now situation. You know what? I'm gonna dip back into the cave real quick. go through all the clicks. Yeah, there. It makes you. Makes you do all these extra clicks, which feel unnecessary. But whatever. Okay, so yeah, let's just fill up on shrill sax. Actually, I made a deliberate choice to leave them behind before. Now I'm filling up on them. Now that I know where I'm going, that doing it that way is a little faster, I guess. Okay, so shrill sack here. Boom. And now I'm able to go back the way I came. And maybe, possibly, into areas which I previously was unable to go. Maybe, possibly, because this time I'm returning with shrill sax in tow, which I didn't have the last time I was here. Stock bark. You can collect some for refueling purposes, I suppose. Though, in principle, let's use the less efficient fuel sources first. These apparently replenish, because I collected everything on the way here, so so I don't mind collecting these here. Yeah, so these are so there's stock scrapers around here. Maybe I'm in the right neighborhood. Now, this area up here, forest path. Okay. Let's take a look up here. Is this an area I haven't been before? No. Can I just grab some shell fragments off of you? You're so close. So which way was the way that I originally came from? Like at the beginning of the game? I don't know. I'm lost. This is just, yeah, like the yellow triangles. This might be the easiest path north if I can clear the way. If I can clear the way. So is this an alternate path? Which you can only use if you have the shrill sax? Is that how this works? I don't. Okay, let's just head up here. The triangles are yellow though, which means that I've been this way before. Or is this just an alternate path which bypasses the cave, or something like that? I don't know. See, like, I'm almost 3 hours into the stream here. Like, enough time has elapsed from the beginning of the stream that I've forgotten which way I came from. Overgrown arch. Perhaps this looking. Yeah. I think this is the path that leads back to the beginning. Yeah. This is Long Rift. Yeah, I remember this. And like, if I try to go here, like, what does happen if I try to go here? So you can't push any further north without better propulsion. Like, if I try to go here, yeah, strong current vector blocked. So yeah, so this going back this way is definitely back in the direction of like the beginning of the game. Like, I'm definitely backtracking here. It says vector clear, sample candidate. So what kind of samples can I grab here? More fungal spores. Gully opening. Vector clear. Your pass boulder fills the passage, blocking out the warm light of at least 667. The CC's 3 stars. Oh, 3 stars. It's a trinary system. Okay. How does a trinary star system orbit work? So this is it. This is the starting location. Steep rock walls rise up towards the surface on either side. The floor is laid with sand. Yeah. So this is just this bit of exploration could be just a whole lot of pointless waste of time. I'm trying to figure out where this thing was trying to send me to get those shell fragments from the from the scraper thingies. Yeah, we can get a sample here. I keep clicking off that thing. Here we go. Click, click, click. I'm just gonna feed that right into the those right into the reactor. This one still says sample candidate. This is just the little fungal samples, right? So yeah, like these respawn. Like, it seems I can collect as many of them as I want, and just keep feeding them into the reactor. Why is it my only option is zoom in? Zooming out is clearly preferable. Whatever. Okay, Okay, so can't go that way. So if I drop a shrill sack here, then it lets me go there. Heavy as we travel north of the stock for something about giving that name makes it feel safer, more familiar. Spores just for the larger stalks. So yeah, let's just go in a northerly direction this time. Let's drop the shrill sacks where applicable. Is this actually an alternate route through, which is perhaps only accessible if I have the shrill sacks? Like, forest clearing. Navigating these dense growths is like finding your way through a labyrinth, moving from clearing to clearing with a little sense of what's ahead. Yeah, I remember that message from before. Like, I definitely went here before. Including stock, sample candidate. More shrill sacks. Fine. These things seem to like to come in threes. Again, they're all yellow triangles. This is just going to be more, yeah, this is going to be more shrill sacks. In which case, probably... I'll grab it. I'll just fill up on them. I mean, whatever. Like, do I want to clear these up here, or do I want to go that way? Still getting nothing but yellow triangles here. Like I said before, at this point, I've been streaming. This stream session has been long enough that I'm like I've lost all track of where I've been before, where I haven't been before. This is why I was saying I probably don't want to go there, because then I can like at least have the white triangles let me know. So okay, so yeah, so there is an alternate way to the way station which bypasses the cave. Terminal available. Replenish power, will ya? Well, let's request retrieval, even though I'm like already right there. Oh shoot. Ad starts in 20 seconds. Whoops, I had the I had the map in front of it. I didn't see the warning. Probably should have had this. I don't know, over here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna minimize that. I can't see properly anyway. Ad break is imminent. I'll be right back. And I'm back again. Okay, so guessing there's no new log. I just want to clear some of the store here. Um, yeah, it took a significantly long time to run out of power, so I'm not really worried about that. Um, and there's a lot of shrill sacks around. I don't need to be carrying around a lot of them. I'll take a bunch with me, I guess. But yeah, that trip south turned out to be a big waste. So yeah, like going back the way I came. Like how far south was I? Like is this where I was? Like is this the starting location down here? Is that how much ground I covered, or how much water I covered? I guess. If that's the case, then I shouldn't have to travel very far to get this here. It's I don't know. It's hard to gauge. Like like this narrow thing here seems to map onto where that starting location for the game was. Where was the cave? Is this cut here because that's where the cave jumps from one area to the other? No, I think this crevice here is like the entrance to the cave, and this is the exit of the cave. I think. Yeah, and then I traveled over here. So, yeah, because there wasn't a branching path going over this way. Not that I saw. So how do I get to the spot here? Not sure. Maybe there's another branch that goes down around here or something like that. I don't know. Let's let's just dive. Let's go back under and see if we can figure this out. See where figure out where to go for other samples. Got full power, full oxygen. Let's just venture back this way. Yeah, even though I found that it actually seems to be faster to just grab this thing and go there. It is still worth clicking the triangle here because it shows me, yeah, see, like it shows me where I haven't been, and also potentially shows where like life forms are that I can click on to scan. Open sand. Let me just pull up this. Right, the music's going to cut out briefly. I'm just want to pull up the map there. Single stock base. That's the source of more shrill sacks there. Is it worth taking a look just to? No. I'm gonna keep on my course. I'm gonna keep on course to go in a southwesterly direction. And this here is restocks. Okay. So this is the bloated stock, and experience tells me that I can drop one of these here, and that makes it rupture, and it makes a sample appear here. Yeah, because previously there wasn't the double circle indicating sample. This makes my oxygen level go down, but then I can grab Spark Colony. And then if I head over here, it's gonna be Shrill Sacks, yeah. Should I grab some more? Sure, why not? So there's a path over here, but I wanted to keep on the the southwesterly direction, right? Now there's a bit of a southeasterly path over here. Maybe I'll try that next. But what do we got here? There's signal stock here, and there's the blood stock here. Let's go this way this time. Thin passage between the rocks and the stalks. Thin sandy passage leads towards a clearing. Let's check it out. It's not a dead end, or at least not yet. Small clearing between the avenues of stalks. To the west, their ordered rows dissolve into the chaos of the southern forest. What do you mean to the west? They're east of me. Was I expected to come here from a different direction? What's that? Spore catcher. Clouded shell. Sample candidate. Oh hey. Fragments of a shell, recently shed, glint in the sand like shards of cloudy glass. What creature left these here? Okay. I swear it didn't have the double circle at first until I clicked it. Okay. Is this the object of my search? Animal 10%. There we go. Animal sample. Cloud shell. A piece of a creature's shell with a cloud pattern. So that'll be the stalk scraper. Cool. So that's what I was looking for. That I spent all that time rummaging around back at the starting location for no reason. It would just, it would just be nice if I can look at the world map from here and get an idea where I am in relation to other things, because it isn't always clear. Anyway, so single sack. This is a source of shrill sacks. Head in that direction, I guess. Drop a shrill sack over here. Should I grab some more? There'll be other opportunities to get more. Let's keep heading west. If I keep going west, I figure there's a chance I'll find some more. I'll find some more of these like blood stalks, which I haven't found yet, and then maybe I'll be able to finish my observation part of the research, so that I can, and observation and behavioral part, so that I can get the deeper stuff. Since that is apparently maybe is how this works. Anyway, trust that. Go. And I ruptured this thing again. Ah well. It's an opportunity to grab another one of these. Just for fun. Great, now we have plenty of these microbial colonies. We need to get on with finding that Sutran spot. Let's head to the East Reef. Oh, we're at that point in the game. You're just Could you stop doing this optional stuff? We need to do the, the story beats now. This is going to be shrill sax, I presume? Yep. Yeah, let's leave that last inventory slot open. Colony's edge. The west stands. The final pathway of Stockport. The colony fades out into the sand and rock. Does this go any further west? I guess it does. And this 5-pointed star pattern here seems to surround the bloated stalks. Okay, let's try not to rupture the bloated stalks this time. Let's just drop it further up here. Oh, that might have still been. I don't know. It wasn't close enough to rupture it. I have a feeling I might want to go north here to find the other thing, but I want to see how far west this goes. Oh yeah, this is where I found the bloated root thingy. I remember. Okay, so yeah, so let's go back over here. Let's go north this time. Stalk pathway. This side of the colony loops back towards its center, leading deeper between the stalks. Cool. Oh, could that be the last bloated thingy that I need? Perhaps? Refloat. New species logged. Large bloated stalks that burst easily, expelling the... Oh, hold on. That's enough data to log and classify these inflated stalks. I'm going to call them reef floats. Thanks, Ellery. Your contribution is recognized. Anyway, large blood stalks that burst easily, expelling the toxic microbes held inside their bodies. Their movements suggest unseen processes. Bloated growth, sample candidate. Some vein or root must run through this spot as the sand rumbles with unseen movements. Are all the bloats connected? There's a path over there, but let's keep going north here. It seems unlikely that the bloats are simply individually diseased stalks. Their growth patterns suggest a system, a process. Bloat growths, with its chalky covering melted away by the bloat, this rock has a dull metallic sheen, spectrums of light reflecting across its surface. So I can't go any further north that way. Stalk pathway. Beyond these stalks, I can see a sheer ridge rising up to the north. And it's blocked. Trust that, go! There's a continued path here. Northern Ridge. North of here, an angular ridge ascends, cutting the shelf in two. The only way further north is to cross the rift to the east of here. Does this continue? Yep. Hollow stones. Tucked into the side of this corroded rock, a pile of stones with worn holes sit in the sand. Within a hole, something glitters. Sample candidate. Uh-oh. Could this be where the other thing, the thing that I was supposed to collect, I've already forgotten what it is? Animal 40%, egg 20%. Huh. We're gonna steal their young now. We're collecting their eggs. Striped egg, an egg sampled from a spore-lined nest. Cool. And this does continue further. Behind this tall stalk, layers of thick growth surround a maze of rocks, blocking the passage back east. And sampling available. Is that going to be some more shrill sacks? Oh, we used a bunch of them, so let's collect some more. Is there a path away from here? This is a dead end. Alas, okay. But you know, we got samples that we came here for, so that's cool. In fact, I'm tempted to just recall back, but no. Let's. I'm in the neighborhood. I want to. Let's. There was another white triangle around here that I passed by. I might want to take a peek at before returning home. Although, you know, I don't have much in the way of inventory space, so... And by much, I mean I have none. Wasn't there another, wait, hold on. Let me just take a peek up here. I don't think there's anything in this direction. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Knew there's a white triangle I missed here. The bloated stalks seem to be precisely spaced out between the stalks. Okay. Are we damaging this colony by disturbing them? I'm sure it's fine. And that one's blocked. So we get to use up... We get to empty an inventory space here. So does this lead anywhere? There's another white triangle. It's next to another signal stalk, so... These bubble-skinned stalks keep their distance from the bloats as if they know the danger they pose to the stalk colonies. As if they know. I mean, you're anthropomorphizing them a bit. Like, if the shrill sacks make the bloat things explode, then they're just naturally not going to grow there. It's not necessarily an indication that there's some kind of consciousness or intelligence that, oh, they know not to grow there. It's like, no, if they grow there, they get blown up. Therefore, they're not going to grow there. or the ones that did grow there blew up, and now they're not there because they blew up. You know? Anyway. I'm assuming this one is blocked over here. Clearing these stalks is a delicate task, and I hope that their attraction is temporary and not some terminal state. I mean, let's hope. That's what I would assume from context. Who the heck knows? Just click that on our way out. Off we go. I think this might just be, oh great. So there's a reef bloat there. Political Assembly candidate. This pulsing growth sits in a strangely shaped clearing. What causes the stalks to grow like this? There's something I am not seeing here. Yeah, so the cloud there that's from the one that I blew up earlier, right? So this is just connects back up with where I was before, right? Stalk pathway. These stalks are isolating the bloats. Perhaps it is because they are dangerous to the colony itself. And that's blocked. So I need to do one of these. So if I go here, that's going to be, yeah, so those are a bunch of yellow triangles. Cool. And it's draining my oxygen. Okay, so that seems to confirm that, that's just connecting up with where I was before. The pulse can be felt running through the shelf from the north, making the sand ripple in small, soft waves. It's, like, every single one of these beacons, waypoints, is, like, has a unique message. I haven't observed them repeat, except for very rare occasions. Anyway, stalk pathway. These curving avenues of stalks seem to mark a loose perimeter around each bloated growth. Why? Just clear them out. And head along back over here. Oh god, I only have 2 of these left. I'm anticipating that I need to clear these out without even clicking on it to confirm. To the west, the stalks spread in thick pathways, curving between strangely corroded stones. And we got a previously exploded bloat thingy, so I think this just connects up with where I was before. And I can grab some more of the shrill sacks. Yoink. And yoink. Yoink. And this is going to drain my oxygen a bit. And, heck. This is just back the way I came, I think. Okay, just get out of this toxic cloud. I think I'm gonna head back. Is that it? Oh, right, yeah. Let's get the link going and yoink myself back. Mode restarting, resyncing with vehicle OS, downtime 3.6 hours, rebooting. Okay, so sample store. We got some eggs. Toss them in there. We got a shell fragment. We got this guy. Well, we already had this guy. Can throw some more of them in there. They stack, so why not? Is there a new log entry here? No. Could have sworn it said new. Okay, the lab will have something new. So sample analysis. So just analyze the shell fragment, I guess. Lab analysis complete. Stock scraper taxonomy entry updated. Hooray! And you got this egg thing. Lab mass complete. Spore catcher taxonomy entry updated. Okay, so that's the other animal I saw wandering around. And now that I finished exploring, I finished, you know, examining the bloat thingies, can I study these now? Doesn't matter what order I do it in. Let's try this first. This is the root sample. Reef bloat taxonomy entry update. There we go. And then the spark colony. Toxic microbial colony found inside bloated stalks. Lab analysis complete. Reef bloat taxonomy entry update. There you go. Yeah, so I just needed to finish observing them before studying the sample, it seems. It didn't like me trying to study the sample without observing it first. Alright, what do we got? Collodia, fungal stalks. Reef bloat, Collus tumidus. More reading. Here we go. Reef bloats are large bloat stalks that can be found at the western border of the reef. Intimidating in their size and distorted shape, they resemble inflated sporing mushrooms covered in nodules of rampant fungal growth. Their membrane, which is stretched by the bloating process to an almost translucent sheen, is darker than a typical stalk, making the stalks themselves a shade of sickly orange. What role the bloats play in the reef stalk network is not immediately obvious, but their pulsing pumping motion suggests that the bloats are either processing or producing the toxic microbes that are contained within their fragile membranes. Without analyzing the microbial colonies themselves, this will be difficult to ascertain. Well, just so happens we brought some microbial samples home with us. Behavior. Recorded by Dr. Ellery Vass. Laboratory analysis of the microbial colonies found within reef bloats, spark colonies, as I have come to call them, shows that these microbes are not of a group typically associated with stalk colonies. In fact, spark colonies appear to be made up of highly modified algae with a wide metabolic range, able to consume carbon dioxide, oxygen, metal, and toxic compounds with equal ferocity when supplied with a source of light. When metabolizing these substances, spark colonies produce a regular flow of charged electrons, making them ideal for use within a microbial fuel cell, or MFC. Microbial fuel cell? Okay. Their suitability for this use is suspicious. Are these really naturally occurring microbes, and why are they found only within reef bloats? Something isn't right here. Alright. Ellery is suspicious that these are not naturally occurring? That these were perhaps genetically engineered to be able to supply fuel to fuel cells? Anyway, we got a theory developing here now. Finding a root sample from a reef bloat has brought with it the confirmation that reef bloats are not manufacturing spark colonies, but instead modifying, metabolizing, and processing them. Analysis of the bloat root system has shown the presence of microbes at various stages of modification, including those that had been entirely detoxified and their rampant metabolism neutered. If all reef bloats are connected via this root system, then they may be part of a large-scale cleanup operation with the aim of eradicating these aggressive microbes. Reef bloats are not disease stalks, then, but powerful biological engines, which are fueled by their local stalk colonies. The scale of this operation suggests that for the stalks, the spark microbes are a significant threat. Okay, I'm a bit confused. Okay, so the reef bloats are containing the spark colonies. They're trying to stop them from spreading. They're trying to stop the toxins from spreading by breaking them down. Anyway, there's the sketch here. Hey. Chitin seams, sensory stalks, bulging discolored plates, split stalk, microbial release stages. Woo, concept art. Observed by Dr. Ellery Vass. Alright. Yeah, I'm guessing none of these others have theories or sketches. Yeah. Just the reef bloat, because I found the root. And Animalia novi. We've got the Myomedia, soft bodies. We found the egg for the spore catcher. So now we've got a theory developed here. Analysis of the spore catcher egg shows a strong correlation between the minerals it contains and the minerals present within the catcher's favorite spores. It seems that through the spores, stalks are able to affect the catcher's egg production, therefore controlling the volume, traits, and behavior of catchers within any area of the reef. In a sense, the stalks have domesticated the catchers, leaving the two intrinsically linked as a species. Yeah, like I said, symbiosis. Two different species working together to survive. But the question of what the catchers provide the stalks remains. Oh, really? Okay. Do catchers serve a specific purpose, consuming unwanted or incorrectly configured spores, for example, or are they kept for other reasons? Could the catchers be kept by the stalks for their companionship and socially, such as humans keep pets? Question mark. Again, you're anthropomorphizing the fungus. Is it actually intelligent enough to think about such things, or is it just are we just jumping to conclusions? It could just be the spore catchers they found a food source and therefore they're eating the food. Like, it's not that deep. But whatever. And there's a sketch. So that's the spore catcher, eh? Siphon flaps, upper side, underside, visual and oral sensorium. Cool. And now we got the... I kept referring to them as turtles. They might end up not resembling a turtle. Anyway, stalk scraper. What are your theories, Dr. Ellery Vass? Chemical analysis of a stalk scraper shell confirms that not only are they made from stalk membrane materials, their distinctive clouded coloration comes from stalks too. Stalk coloration, like most fungal coloration, is reflective of the local water acidity and the medium the fungus grows in. This variance of amber, orange, yellow, and even green pigments is passed directly to scraper shells when consumed, resulting in beautiful whorls and blobs of color. Scraper's shell is a living record of every stalk colony it has fed on, and therefore a marker of territory and social standing. Scraper shells could be used to help study the entire reef and its shifting ecosystem, each one a chemical map of the local history, readable for those who can learn the significance of its forms. That's neat. So what does it look like? Okay, less like a turtle than I thought. It has a shell. Oh well. Upper shell, leg extension points. Okay, so it's got little tiny nubs of legs, I guess. Cloud marking the shell, scraping limbs, swimming limbs. Well, there you have it. Okay. Neat stuff. So, yeah, I got some information about the local... I was going to say flora and fauna, but it's really like fungus and fauna, I guess. Well, fungus is fungus still considered flora? I mean, you think of the 5 kingdoms of life. You got animals, plants, fungi. There's the Animalia, Plantae, fungi, Protista, and Monera. Monera being bacteria. It's like single-celled life forms. It's kind of like bacteria are the single-celled animals and fungi are the single-celled plants. Not quite clear what. I've never been clear what Protista are exactly. Cool. Okay, so alright, wait. This might be a good note to end the stream on. It's close to 4 hours. It's a decent length stream. We did a bit of exploration. We did some science. We've got a bit of a plot. We've got some intrigue. And I'm feeling really hungry, so I would like to get a bite to eat. I was snacking during the break, but I need a proper meal. And yeah, can you bring up the map again? Where's the map again? This is a have dive map. There we go. Okay, so it removed the ones that I found. That's handy. Is it worth checking out the so-called bloom? Maybe. Huh. But yeah, she's way off the map over here. Yeah, yeah. So the fact that it took these off the map when I found them is handy. Looks like, yeah. So this is the reef stalks root, and this is the sink stalk tissue. So get some more information about the shrill sacks, I guess. That could be neat. Um, but yeah, like I said, save and quit to menu. So yeah, interesting game. Um, it relies heavily on your imagination, uh, the descriptions of the animals and plant life and stuff. But that's fine. Uh, yeah, it's not a super visually involved game. Like, say, I keep comparing it to Subnautica. Subnautica is like visually gorgeous in addition to, you know, being able to study the alien life and so on. It's not a problem. It's still interesting. I'll come back to this for sure. But for now, I'm going to see about who to raid. So yeah, I'll just taking a peek. Yeah, I'm not gonna raid into another waters stream, obviously, because it's just gonna I'm just gonna be spoilers, I'm sure, because I'm still pretty close to the game. And right now, I think I'm going to raid Puds 3, who's playing Near Replicant, which is going to be a total genre change. That's fine. But Puds is cool. They're don't mind giving them some support. Yeah, so we're going into an action RPG thing, so very different vibe. But there's only one person watching right now anyway, so whatever. And the one person might be me. Or it might be a bot, I don't know. Maybe it's a real person. I don't really have any way of knowing. But that's all for now. Until next time.